Hello and welcome back to Kimchi Studios, where we make fine art here on this channel, mostly in the form of 3D printable gadgets and sculptures. And today, we will be continuing my CAD design approach and thought process for the 3D printable Chameleon VR holster, which fits MetaQuest 2, 3, and even the original Oculus Rift. That's right. We're going to be covering how I came up with the attachable squishy TPU tongue, which helps secure your phone in place while gaming in VR, so you can always have it within arm's reach. This was the most challenging part I've ever created, but I want to show you how someone like me with zero experience and who is more on the creative side, which is why I love VR sculpting, is still able to use CAD to get the job done. So if that is you, this one is for you. And if you need to rest your arms during those long VR sessions and have a nice desktop piece to hold your controllers, check out the link to the Chameleon holster, which you can print in your own home today on your own printer. I also have a limited number of these things. Again, check the link in the description. Thanks for watching. In order to design the tongue that you see here, which was the trickiest part, I had to reference the original holster that I designed. So here's the holster with the lettering on it, and I used these points on this body here. I referenced those to make a new sketch or a new body for the tongue. I used that body, I imported it. I literally just made a block right there. I did a boolean where I cut the holes from the holster out of the block. That's what you see right here. Okay, I let it do the work for me. Now I had to go in order to get this. You could see that I did go in and I did a little bit more work, but you can see it was just a series of sketch, on this surface and then pad it out, sketch on this surface and subtract, pocket it. Okay, so it's just pads and pockets, pads and pockets. That's what I love to do. That's my approach, pads and pockets. All right, if I don't get something perfectly accurate the first time, I can always pad or pocket it, all right, to get it just right. You can see right here, I padded up out to here, and then I pocketed, okay? I think that's pretty funny. And then I went through and, I refined the shape right here. I refined it, so now it's all like one piece, mostly, and it's like two pieces. I started to add fillets. Okay, I added the fillets, which are these rounded parts, all right? So you click on the edge and you go up here and you select fillet, okay? And then you choose your radius, okay? How much you need. For this one, I really didn't need fillets. I just wanted it to fit in, like just real nice. And it turned out really cool, like really good. I hope you can see that. The fillets just make it a little bit smoother. Like I said, when I think of the concepts, I think of how this stuff interacts and slides through each other, and it's a cosmic dance. That's what I did. Okay, so I'd made the fillets, make it a little nicer. If it was just square blocks, just imagine it's harder to get square blocks to fit into tight spaces with other square blocks, all right? It's a lot easier if it's more smooth and rounded. It gives you a little wiggle room, okay? You're gonna need that wiggle room in your life. All right, so I had the pockets, and you can see I did go in and I pocketed the sides to give me room so that it could fit in there, okay? I pocketed the sides so it can fit a little bit better. If I didn't, it's too flat and it doesn't quite fit in the right way, and all printers can give different results. Different slicers can give you different results. If you decide to print the outer walls to the inner, different results, okay? This is stuff you need to think about. This is the way that you need to think when you're designing this, all right? But you can see I went in and I did a series of pockets and fillets, all right? And then stuff worked, stuff didn't work, and I just kept going and going and going. But you can see I added the actual tongue part, okay? That actual tongue part, I'll show you exactly, and then I'll wrap this video up. Okay, here it is right here. Okay, so you can see I had the original block, right? And then I went in and I sketched this monstrosity, all right? This is a B-spline. So if you look up here, this is a B-spline, okay? B-spline lets you do these, you do this, and then when you're done, it creates this curve, and then you can go in and you can move them around. The problem is with the B-spline, and a lot of people that use FreeCAD, they don't like to use B-splines because they're a little less accurate, and you can't really, you can put constraints in between these 2 points here, but it's really, really annoying. You can't say, oh, this curve is, this radius. Keep it this radius. Don't let it move. It doesn't let you do that. Okay, you can put constraints between different points so they don't move around too much, but it's a lot more work. That's a B-spline. It's a great tool, but it kind of gets off the rails. So I had a little bit of trouble attaching it, you know, just right. I had to make a very flat line, which you can't see here. Here it is right here, this white thing. So I made a flat line that was not on this line. I made it lower. Okay, you can see why, because I needed this part to be down here, not up here. I made the flat lines first, and then I attached I used that attached, you know, sketch, create an external geometry. I used that to reference this block that I already made. And then I added these B-spline points. I adjusted it just by hand. I just guessed. I have two shapes and I guessed both of them and they turned out so good. Like the first one I did was this more cartoony one. See, the angle is a little different. Whereas this one that I'm showing you on the screen is more flat. I just guessed and I got them right. And the cool thing is about TPU, the more infill you do, the more lines that you add, like the more layers of the outer walls, the outer shell that you add, the thicker it is. So you can control exactly how squishy it is. So you can have a really, really tough tongue. If you print 100% infill with this squishy filament, it turns into like an eraser. It's like a solid. And you can bounce it off the ground. It's a plastic. What was it called? Thermopolyurethane or something like that. Anyway, it's like rollerblading wheels or something. I have no idea. Okay, and this gave me a massive headache. A massive headache. It was easier. It wasn't so bad settling on an acceptable tongue. What made it bad was I had made a few changes to the original holster. I had to redo like this part. I had to go in and redo these. I had to completely redesign these after I had already designed them. So that's how I did it. That's how I designed the Oculus MetaQuest controller holster that you can download on places like Colts 3D and Etsy and the Gumroad. And you can also check out my future stuff by subscribing to my Patreon. Sometimes I'll post things that are, you know, ahead of schedule there, but pretty much everything that I post on there are things that you are authorized to print yourselves, and good luck, you know, selling them to other people. I'm not the best at selling this stuff online. I have a lot of real life obligations and designing stuff takes up a lot of my time, and I got pumpkin season right around the corner, so I'm gonna be busy doing that. You know, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you'll see things on there that you can, you know, have at it. Maybe you're a better marketer. I hope this was just a little informative, especially the beginning of this video where I talked about kind of the metaphysical details of how I get into designing concepts. It's really a frame of mind. It's a mindset. It's a state of mind. And if I could describe it with one word, it would be emptiness, but not empty in a bad way, empty in a good way. So good luck out there and definitely check it out. Check it out on Colts 3D and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned. My voice is cooked.